I'm here to talk to you. This morning I'm here to talk to you all about the Lord and everything being in His time.
Amen.
We all always seem to want everything to happen in our own time. We all always seem to want the world to be at our fingertips, even at a young age. I myself want the world to be at my fingertips at a young age. I just graduated high school, and I'm ready to retire already. When you're in high school, you learn about a lot of things that, you think you're getting prepared for. But when you really get out into the world, you start to see that there's some expenses that you don't really know about just yet. So, in the flesh, I believe that I am ready to, have it all already. Right when I get out of high school, I wanted it all. I remember thinking back in 9th grade, when I get out, I'm gonna get me a mansion. That means about 20 different rooms, but that's not how it works. I wish it was, but that's not how it works. We all want everything to be in our own time. But the thing is, it's not our time, because we are not ready yet. God decides when we are ready. You can be 12 years old and want to have a job, want to run all over the place, want to have money, want to have a car. But if God says no, then the answer is no. 16, I want to have a car, I want to ride all over the place. God says no, no. That's just how it works. Because the flesh sometimes tells us that we are ready for things that we are not ready for. The flesh tells us that we are ready to handle things that we are not prepared to handle just yet. When we're young, we try to learn. Our parents try to teach us everything. They try to teach us what's good, what not to do, what to do. But the thing is, you need to be able to fall back on God before you can make those right choices, even at a young age. And when you get older, you definitely need God. Because God knows that we all do things that we're not supposed to do sometimes. We all get our hands caught in the cookie jar. So don't sit here and shake your head. Everybody done done something wrong. One thing you gotta remember, when we get caught in the cookie jar, God always told us we weren't ready for this. That's right. Somewhere in the back of your head, somewhere in your heart, you knew you weren't ready for this. Right. So when you do it, you're gonna get penalized. You're either gonna get something taken away, or you're gonna get something handed to you. All right? Let me tell you something. Come on. I always thought I was ready for everything. I always thought I was ready for everything, really. I'm that type of person. I always think myself a bit more than myself. I'm humble, yes, but I always wanted more right then. I hate waiting, and that's something that people say about our generation. We hate to wait. And I have to agree, we do hate to wait. But the thing is, if we're not ready for something, God is not going to let us go through it alone. God will be with us. All right. No matter what. As long as we remember to come back to Him. We're humans. We're going to make mistakes. He knows this. We are His children. That's one thing you all got to remember. We are His children. You are a child. 3, 12, 13, 22, 34, 69, 82. You can be 100-something years old. You can outlive everybody else in the whole world. You are still a child. Because let me tell you something. You may think you got some experiences, but God's time is God's time. God been here since the beginning. So if you want to take your 100 years, your 20 years, your 30 years and tell him something, you on your own. And I'm finna go get behind him. And I hope we all have that type of mentality. Because that's the type of mentality we need. He is our Father. And we will be obedient to him. And if we are not, if we don't wait for him to say, okay, this is all right, it's your turn, something's going to happen to you. And mom and daddy ain't always going to be there to bail you out. All you got is God. And if you choose to disobey him, he's going to punish you in one way or another. Now let's talk a bit about those punishments also. Sometimes we all think, when a blessing comes our way, we think, oh, look, we get hyped up. Some of us, I know I did back when I was younger, I got really hyped up because I knew God had given me something precious to me. But sometimes we get a bit too far onto that blessing and we forget who gave it to us. I can speak personally. I got a bit too onto the blessing that he gave me and started to stray away from the word just a little bit. The thing about that is, when you start to stray away from him, that blessing is going to start to stray away from you. That's something you got to remember. That's one punishment that we all got to look forward to. If God gives it to you, he can take it away. Remember that. Anything else I say today, you don't remember that. If he gives you something, he can take it away. So keep the faith always in the Lord, in his time, not yours. One day I'm going to be old. One day I'm going to have gray hair and stuff. One day I'm going to be, The thing is, God is so much older. God wakes me up every day in his time. I may get up late sometimes, but I wake up. I'm starting to go to work now. I wake up. I gotta wake up early, It used to be school, now it's work. I can't catch a break with that. But God wakes me up, and I'm blessed every morning. And that's why I wait for his time. Because he didn't have to wake me up. He didn't have to get me up on time every morning to get up to work. I could have cut off that alarm and been late for work, but God says no. God says